Hey everybody, I wanted to talk about something a little serious. It's dealing with the paranormal, but it's a little different from what I've normally been talking about. This is about mysterious disappearances in national parks and in wooded areas in certain places on the planet. There's a guy on YouTube named David Paulides. That's Paulides. He was a cop who he was a cop in California for like 30 years, and when he retired, he started looking into these mysterious disappearances that happens in our national parks like Yellowstone and all them other places. Um, uh, excuse me. There are a lot of disappearances in these parks. There was one story about his little boy who was with his family, and it was the Martin family. They were, in this little open area with a lot of trees around it, and another Martin family showed up. That was the funny part. It was like, my name is such and such Martin. Said, oh, my last name is Martin. So they said, can our kids play together? He said, sure, no problem. So the little kid is playing with the other kids, and the father of this one kid saw his son run behind a tree. 52 seconds later, he vanishes. Haven't been seen since. And to this day, I'm pretty sure they're living in a lot of anguish because the national park people, for some reason, don't like divulging their information about the disappearances in their parks because I guess they want people to come back. I'm like, okay, what the hell? I got a family member, a child, or whoever that disappeared in your park, and you don't want to give me the information on why or how or where. I mean, anything that could tell me what happened to my family or my kid, you know. But they're not doing it. They're not giving out any information. Now I hear so much about how people just disappear in these parks, like in Yellowstone. This was like back in the summertime. A Caucasian man who was he was hiking with his two kids, his son and a daughter. He gets lost. He had his cell phone with him. He called his wife and told him that he was lost. She sent out the National Guard or whoever was out there to search for him. Now, I'm not completely sure about what happened because after the first time I saw it on the news, that's the last time I heard about it. And I've heard about that a lot. The minute that story hits the news, that's all you ever hear. You don't hear nothing else about it because they want to hush it after that. So they'll let you have that, but that's it. They don't want you to hear nothing else about it. Now, I don't know if he was ever found. I don't know if he was or he wasn't found. I don't know. I don't know if I haven't heard anything about his kids either. They might have been lost right along with him. But there are a lot of stories how people go in these woods and they never come out. They're never found ever again. There was another story about this young girl named Katie back in California. I think it's Sarasota, I believe. Or Saratoga, whatever we call it. I don't live in California. But anyway, she was with her family. This was like back in the 1950s. She was a horseback riding trip in the mountains, and she was in a cabin with her father. And she told her father that she wanted to take some pictures, around the lake area. So she walks out towards this big boulder, which is right at the edge of this 3,000-foot drop where the lake was. The lake was like all the way at the bottom. She told this old 70-year-old man that was sitting on this boulder that she was going to go down in that ravine and take pictures of the lake, or by the lake. So she walks down there. He watches her as she walks down there, and there's a line of trees on the side, and there's an opening that leads to a trail that leads into the woods. He saw her walk along the side of that river, and then through that bushel of trees. Vanishes. Hasn't been seen since. And this is back in 1950. They still don't know what happened to her. They sent out a massive search to find her. They searched for her for 3 days, and the only thing they found was a lens cap. Now, most of you is probably saying it could be foul play, could be a stalker. Even stalkers leave evidence. Whether it be DNA, especially if she was molested, raped, or whatever you want to call it. You'll see hair deposits all over the place, maybe some blood from a struggle, something. But there is nothing ever found of these people when they disappear. There are a lot of disappearances. Okay. Now, like I said, you can go to YouTube to find out more about all this stuff. Like I said, the guy's name is David Paulides. He's got over 450 cases that he's been looking into about people that disappeared, and it's a lot, and it's very chilling. I'm telling you, I listen to it almost every night when I'm at work. That's pretty much the only thing that keeps me going. And I love hearing about stuff like that. I don't get a kick out of it. I just love hearing it, because you're learning more about the planet Earth and what's happening on this planet. There's so many things about our planet that we know nothing about. We just know what we know from what we were taught or what we have heard. But there is so much that we still don't know. Like what happens with the Bermuda Triangle, how them ships keep disappearing to this day. They still don't know how all that happens. They don't know what happened to Flight 19. Every time they think they got close, they just get farther and farther away. Okay, they found a row of 5 planes in the ocean, but it wasn't the planes that they were looking for. The numbers didn't match. But what I'm thinking that this could be a government cover-up. Because of this being the Bermuda Triangle, there might be some connection with the government and the fact that they lied about what those numbers were. And so when they went out there to try and find it, the numbers that they were given weren't the actual numbers. So those planes that they saw might have been the planes that actually got lost. Flight 19. It might have been those planes. I don't know. But it just seems kind of weird that you can't seem to find those planes and they landed in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? You know, they found the planes, but they weren't the ones that they were looking for. But anyway, you know, and then you got the whole UFO shtick. Now, I can tell you right now, I know there's a such thing as UFOs and aliens. I have seen them, okay? I've seen a lot of close-up versions, and I've seen a lot of far-away versions. I mean, I've seen the infamous reddish-orange orbs that float around in the sky. I saw that for the very first time back in the summer, and I was very ecstatic. It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen because I finally saw it. You know, it was like, wow, it's true, you know? Okay, and then, you know, like I said, our government withholds a lot of information that we should know about. We should know about that there is a such thing as aliens, and they've been working along with them for centuries, and especially what's going on with Area 51. Okay, we're not stupid, people. Okay, we have scientists that are civilians that are just as smart as the ones that work for the government. Okay, but at the same time, they try to throw us off talking about, oh, it's a government experiment, or it was swamp gas and all this other bull crap. I will never believe that. I will never let the government pull the wool over my eyes. Okay, I've been trailed by freaking unmarked black helicopters twice in like 2 years. So I know there's something going on. Okay, especially for them to have to come out and let me know that they know exactly where I am. They know how, and they know how to find me. You know, if I get out of hand, which you can't stop me. Power to the people. Okay, but anyway, if there are any outdoorsy types that love to hike or camp in the woods, be mindful of where you are. Seriously, I'm being very serious, because with all these disappearances out there happening, you can go in the woods and never come out, and we'll never know what happened to you. Okay, even sometimes I think they say even your transponder don't help you. You know, they'll find the area where you could have disappeared at. Like, they may search that area 52 times, and on the 53rd time, okay, the 52 times they never find you. The 53rd time they go in that same area, and there you are, face down in the mud somewhere, dead. How is it you weren't there all the other times, and all of a sudden, boom, you pop up and there you are, right there? Now, you could be dead, you could be alive. They've heard a lot of stories about how people seem to melt out of their clothes, and they are folded in a certain spot, or they'll find a lone shoe in that one area, but nobody. Sometimes they find tiny little bone fragments scattered all over the place. So something that is making these people disappear out there is eating them alive or whatever. I mean, I'm talking down to the bone. So I really don't know what's going on. So, but if you like going out into the woods, I would think twice about that. Carry a gun, carry a transponder so they can find you. But don't go to the national parks. I'm telling you right now, I don't care if they don't want people to not know or not. I'm telling you. Do not go to the national park, because too many people disappear. They never know why they disappear. They don't know how. They just do. You know, there's a story about this young girl named Madison Scott in Canada. Same thing with her. She was going to a bonfire camp party. It was like a bonfire party, at a campsite in the woods in Canada. Okay, she was there with her best friend, another female, and a whole bunch of people that they knew, in the neighborhood or at school was showing up. There was like over 100 people. Even some people that didn't know was showing up. Now, at the end of the night, when everything was said and done, it was dying down. There was like a total of 5 people left. She told her her friend told her she was feeling a little drunk. She wanted to leave, and she wanted to come with her. She said, no, I'm already set up to go to sleep, so I'm gonna stay and I'll come back tomorrow. She never showed up. Okay, the family kept calling her phone number, and she wasn't picking up. Apparently, it was dead. Okay, by Sunday, that's when they really got worried. So the mother went out to the campsite. They found her truck and all her belongings in the truck. No sign of her at all. No sign of a struggle. No sign of a fight. No blood. No nothing. She's just vanished. She was gone. Okay, this happened May 8th, 2011, I believe. It's not 2015. She still hasn't been found. Okay, they are still putting their best foot forward trying to find her. I don't know how they're gonna find her, but all I know is that they haven't found her yet. So it could be another one of those David Palladius stories. I'm pretty sure, to where she just vanishes in the thin air and nobody knows how. Some people say they might have been picked up by aliens. Who knows? Like, she could have slipped into some sort of dimensional pocket, and that she couldn't see with her own eyes, because these kind of things you can't see with the naked eye. You have to have a camera in order to see it or something like that. So she could have slipped into a dimensional pocket and got lost. She could be in another dimension for all I know. I don't know. But it's just kind of strange how these people just disappear and there's no trace of them. Now, like I said, if you need to ask me some more questions about these disappearances, I will gladly answer your questions. All you have to do is hit me up at I am Aloha on YouTube. Or you can probably type in my name too and it'll still pop up. I don't know, if I might have to change my name back to the way it was before. So that you'll know that who this is. But anyway, I gotta go because it's getting late. I gotta get ready for work, even though it's icing outside, and I still have to go. But gotta make that money. I got a house to pay for. But anyway, always imparting aloha, mahalo, and ahuiho, which means till we meet again. Peace.